It's the stereotype of a diplomat. White spats, tea drinkers, and cookie pushers. As U.S. Minister to Poland Hugh Gibson put it, back then, in 1924, he was bemoaning his fellow diplomats as privileged, pliant, and party line. It's not always true, but the stereotypes stuck, especially among your more authoritarian countries, like China, which is precisely what makes this recent split among Beijing's diplomatic corps so interesting. To understand why, let's rewind to the very beginnings of the COVID-19 outbreak. December 10th, 2019, Wuhan, China. One of the earliest known cases, a seafood merchant in the city's Huanan market walks into a health clinic feeling ill. The virus soon after surges across the globe, killing tens of thousands and shutting down economies. Rumors and innuendo fan out nearly as fast, including from governments. A spokesperson for the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs begins repeatedly promoting the conspiracy that COVID-19 was created by the U.S. Army and delivered to Wuhan. There's no evidence that it was bioengineered by anyone, least of all the United States, but that's not the point. The more interesting part in all of this is that China's ambassador to the U.S. actually agrees with the experts. Cui Tiankai says it's crazy to spread those kind of rumors. Leave it to the scientists, he says. You got it? If not, let's be clear. This is China. A representative of its authoritarian one-party government has publicly split with another representative of that same government, and they both still have their jobs. Now, to be fair, Cui also said that the U.S. was the one who started this whole blame game in the first place. Here's Exhibit A.
I would note that Wuhan also has China's only biosafety level 4 super laboratory that works with the world's most deadly pathogens to include, yes, coronavirus.
But the blame doesn't matter as much as the response. People are dying. Millions have been forced out of work, and this ongoing feud between superpowers is making it that much harder to come up with a unified plan. Supply chains were already disrupted by earlier trade disputes, and mistrust and misinformation have stymied coordination. Plus, companies are beginning to question the risks their operations face in China, given how badly Beijing bungled the initial outbreak. COVID-19 threatens to push the U.S. and China even further apart. Beijing still controls most of the global medical supply chain. They've also capitalized on it by sending aid abroad as America's global leadership proceeds. There is, of course, also the matter of Chinese containment itself, and that Beijing concealed the extent of the outbreak, and whether it's poised for a second wave of infections.